Hi folks, my name's Chuck Newt, and I'm here with the Waking Pig Barbecue, and you're watching a new episode of Chuck's Cooking. And tonight, we're not cooking anything. I'm going to do a product review of the Therm Pro TP08 digital remote thermometer. You can find this on both Amazon and eBay, either one. Sometimes you'll find it listed under the manufacturer name of ThermoPro, but apparently that's just somebody who doesn't know what they're actually selling. Because to be fair, there is like a flame in between the names Therm and Pro, and maybe that is what's throwing them off with the name there. And now Therm Pro does make other models of this type thermometer. I know there's a higher end one, but basically what I saw from the advertisements was that it had preset finish temperatures for different meats and things like that, and I just really couldn't justify the additional cost of that thermometer to tell me that beef is going to be done at 190 degrees or whatever. This is a digital remote thermometer, and it has a useful range of up to 300 feet is what they claim. Now, all this being said, I did purchase this thermometer myself. Actually, it's the second thermometer. I liked the first one so well that I bought a second one. And so let me get turned around here and show you what we got going. Alright, so what we got here is our basic unit of thermometer, the sending unit if you want to say that. And it has two probes on it. One is, if I can get a hold of it, is our meat probe, and the other one is our smoker temperature probe. Now this thermometer, this base unit, is actually a quite capable thermometer in its own right, and I have used it alone without the remote unit and strictly using the meat thermometer when I roasted a chicken here in the oven. And so the base unit by itself, you know, use it alone if you want to. Also on the backpack here, you can see that it's got this wire bracket that can be reversed around, and it can be used to hang the thermometer with the loop here, or as I just had it, turn around and used as a stand like so. Now, and you see that it toggles back and forth, I guess that's the best way, between probes here. And it's hard to tell you, but it has a number 1 and a number 2. The number 1 is the meat probe, and the number 2 is the smoker probe. And like I said, you can unplug the smoker probe, and the single probe for the meat will continue working, and works just fine from experience. Okay, so this is our receiving unit, and as at the moment it's not turned on. We'll just hit it real quick, and it's going to take a minute. There it goes. It's already synced, I guess. And so you're going to see, I'm going to go ahead and hold the smoker probe in my hand here and warm it up, and you'll see it starts reacting pretty quick. There you go, just that quick. So now let me tell you about the functions here. And it has, as I said, two probes. One's for the meat, one's for the smoker itself. And you can program into this both a high and a low temperature for the smoker, and also a finish temperature for the meat. So let's just see how we do this real quick. So you just press the food and you hold it till it starts flashing, and then that actually sets it. We'll hold it till it flashes again, and I gotta find the right button here. That's the one of the, that is one of the things. I actually have to sit and play with it every time I go to There we go. So we can set our food temperature. I'll let it come back around and we'll set it for 190, maybe like we're getting close to a brisket. So it goes up to about 600 degrees, I think. So we're back around to 150, 60, 86, 87, 88, 90. Go 192 like that. And then we'll hit that, and that locks it. We'll hit the light mode, and that locks it in. So now if I hit the food again, you'll see that our set temperature, it says high temperature, is 192. And so we come down here and we hit the alarm, and it shows up a little signal there. And if it hits that alarm, the 192, then it will go off on you. So we'll come back here. We're going to hit the barbecue here, and we're going to hold it till there it goes. And this is the high temperature on the barbecue, so we're going to hit about 270. I went around to 277, but 278. There we go. 278 is the high temperature now. Press it. There we go. Now low temperature. Maybe we want to go about 200 degrees here on the low temperature. Seven, 98, 99, 200. Now we'll go up to 225. We really don't want to, you don't want your smoker to go down to 200, because then you're out of range really. So there we go. I set it at 228, and it's just that easy once you learn how to play with the thing. Now then, as far as its 300-foot range, I have had instances when my receiving unit is probably no further away from the smoker than maybe 50 feet, and it loses contact. And sometimes the solution is just simply moving the receiving unit maybe a foot away, a couple foot away, and it'll start receiving again. Other than that, I have no issues with the thermometer itself. There is one other, it's kind of a nitpicky thing, and ThermPro, if you're listening, I have an industrial size smoker, and these leads are 4 feet long. I would love it if I could find some that were 6 or 8 feet long. 8 would be optimal, because this is a new lead here. I actually had this on one of my racks in my smoker, and when I pulled it out, I pulled the wire out of the thermistor tip in the end of the probe there. So I had to order some new ones. That is a plus. You can go online on eBay and order new probes for these. So that is a plus as well. Okay folks, so what prompted this video? Well, as I told you before, I bought a second one of these thermometers, and a couple weeks ago when I got it in the mail, or actually when UPS delivered it, I posted an Instagram post that showed the two side by side. And as I was taking it out of the box, I suddenly had a light bulb moment there, and wondered if the two thermometers working, on the same smoker at the same, in close proximity to each other, if there would be a problem with the two thermometers conflicting. And so couple days later, Baby Bag Maniac, and you can find a link to his place up here, his site or his YouTube page right up here, and he posted a reply on my Instagram post asking me if it was an issue. And so I had not had a chance to test them side by side, and so I did, and I did post a second picture there on Instagram. But I thought if he was interested, maybe some other people would be interested as well. And so what I've got here is the two thermometers working side by side, and I'm going to try to close up a little bit here and see if I can get a little better picture on these two. The one here on the left is in hot water, and you can see it's reading 160 degrees on the meat probe, and 70 degrees is the room temperature. And then I come over here, and the other one, it is in ice water, and it is reading 35 degrees. Now that's actually how you go about calibrating a thermometer. I have many years working as a heating and air conditioning man, and what you would actually do is you stir it up, but it should read 32 degrees in the middle of a bunch of ice there. Even it's kind of hard to do, but if you could hold it right in the middle, it should end up reading 32 degrees. So, Baby Bag Maniac, if you're listening or watching, there is your proof answer. They're working side by side with each other, and obviously one's reading 35 degrees, the other one's reading 158 degrees. So they definitely are not conflicting with each other. And, by the way, folks, if you happen to miss the roasted chicken video where I used a single probe in the oven, you can find a tag to that right up there at the top. Like I said, I love this Therm Pro thermometer so much, I bought a second one. And by the way, you can find these for somewhere between $36 and $40 on eBay, and you know, very competitively priced to other remote digital thermometers that I've seen. And so I was, like I said, I was so happy with the first one that I went and bought a second one, because you know, sometimes you got chicken in there and maybe a pork butt, and you know, chicken's going to finish way faster than a pork butt. Normally the way I'll do it is I'll put my thermometer in the smallest piece of meat, and because it'll finish fast first, and then as it finishes, then I'll move my probe over to the next one that I expect to finish, you know, second and on down the line. So, anyway, I just wanted to bring this to you. I hope you enjoyed. Okay, folks, so it's time for me to do a little correction here. I said 190 degrees for a brisket. That's 190 degrees for a pork butt. Should be more along the lines of 200 to 205 for a brisket. Sometimes when you're trying to think on the fly, it just comes out wrong. So at any rate, I hope you've enjoyed the video as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. Do me a favor, down here at the bottom, hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned. There's always more to come.